doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't even make me coffee. And the reason why she doesn't do any of these things, according to her, is because she works and she's always tired and all these things. So the other day we were having a conversation and I said, if I were to support you on one income, would you do these things for me? And she said, yeah, absolutely. So turns out her contract at her job ended and she's almost 9 months pregnant. So she's no longer going back to work, which means I'm going to support her now on that one income. So I thought I was going to get my dream come true. So I confronted her about this a couple days ago and I said, are you going to now do these things for me? Are you going to cook and clean and make coffee and stuff? And she still said no. And I said, why? And she said, because I'm collecting unemployment, which is wild because she actually has a point. She's still collecting an income. But I told her, I'm like, but you're not working though. You're just going to be home doing nothing. And she said, yeah, but I'm getting an income. So you're still not supporting me on your own. I don't really know where to go from there.
Well, if you don't got kids, my advice for you is break up, get a divorce, and keep it pushing. Because ain't no way in hell you gonna sit over here and bust your ass to get to a point where this woman doesn't have to work anymore, only for her to sit over here and say, "Well, I'm still not gonna do those things for you because I'm still collecting unemployment." So let me get this straight. So you're just gonna sit at home and do nothing while I'm over here working? And keep in mind, when you get unemployment, it's only a fraction of what you would make if you was actually working. So even though she's still getting an income, she's not getting the income that she would get if she was working. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. Today we are going to be discussing that being a stay-at-home mom is a privilege, not a job. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these next clips.
Let me tell y'all something. When it comes to a man, my husband, 'cause I can't speak for nobody else, and I'm sick of people asking this question: who you feed first, a man or the kids? The kids come first, the man come first, or whoever come first in your house. Let me tell you something. We all don't have the same lifestyle, okay? Some of y'all may get food stamps. Some of y'all working and providing food for your household. Yes, ladies, some of y'all ladies working or either get food stamps and you're providing the food for your household. And this man just coming over eating. I don't blame you feed your kids first. If that's the case, no. But when you got a provider and a protector and every piece of food come through that door come from his blood and sweat, yeah, you gonna feed him first. Yes. Cause guess what? When my kids grown now, but when they was coming up, they done ate at school all day. Then when they busted through the door before they get in the door good, they snacking, eating. My husband on work from dusk to dawn, and baby, when he come through this door falling out, yeah, we all getting on the kids. Y'all pull them boots off while I'm in here fixing the plate. And yeah, we finna get daddy together. Cause daddy makes sure we good. So if you ain't had that, you would never understand the concept if you ain't had that, okay? So don't come for me. I'm just letting you know. Until you have it, then you won't understand it. So until then, you keep feeding your kids first. And when you get that, then you make sure that black king get the big piece of chicken, okay? Feed him first and make sure he get the big piece of chicken because he deserve it. Okay? Y'all have a good day.
Look. All right, I respect where she coming from on that. Now, there may be some guys that think that they should get fed first, regardless of whether you're doing 50-50 or whatever the case may be. And, you have your right to own your opinion. But I can't really sit over here and say that I disagree with where she's coming from either. Because if you're a guy that's dealing with a woman, well, see, I put it to you like this. If you're dealing with a single mom, which I would hope you guys aren't doing that unless you already have kids, then that makes more sense to me. But let's say if you just happen to be in that situation and you know what I mean, y'all just happen to be at the same place, whether, like let's say you having dinner at her place or something and she makes sure her kids fed first and then you, okay, that's a different situation. But if both of y'all are in the same household, both of y'all are working, then I really don't understand why all y'all just can't eat together. I don't know, man. See, this is this is why I say all the time, man, I was born in the wrong I was just born at the wrong time, man, because sometimes I feel like I'm 38 going on 68 because I grew up in a two-parent household. My parents are old school, and whenever we ate, we all ate at the same time. It wasn't kids come get your food first and oh, then dad come get your plate, or was dad going to eat first and kids. We never did that. It's just everybody, you know what I mean? My mom would cook, food is on the stove, everybody made their plate, and then we sat down and ate together. Now, as we got older, everybody kind of did their own thing, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just too old school, bro. That's just me. But we gonna go ahead and play this next clip because, man, when I tell you this man debunked the shit out of this argument, I mean, bro, he spit nothing but facts, man. Check this out.
Y'all have a good day.
Look. See, I knew this was coming, and boy, did it ever. Being a stay-at-home mom is not a job whatsoever. It's a privilege. You're privileged enough to be able to stay home because you have someone that provides a life for you that allows you to do so. Do you know how many single mothers out there actually have jobs and have to come home and then do your job? And before the group of women jump on here and say, we have the hardest job in the world. No, you don't. Not even a little bit. I was laid off of work for 4 months and I had to stay home, and it's the easiest shit I've ever done in my life. In fact, I got bored. I can do all the daily responsibilities that come with taking care of a house in no time. And then other than that, all you have to do is watch your kid, who when they get to a certain age, they pretty much watch themselves. Especially if your kid is in school. You're not a stay-at-home mom, you're just a stay-at-home. And then if you and your husband flip roles and you have to get a job and you have to provide for the family and he stays at home, he's a lazy piece of shit. But if a woman does it, it's the hardest job in the world. Make that make sense to me. And I'm not knocking stay-at-home mothers. I have respect for them, and I honestly think the world needs more of them because it's good for the kid. And coming from experience, I didn't have a mother growing up, so I know how important that is to a child. You just can't give me it's a full-time job. You can't take a nap at a full-time job. You can't watch TV at a full-time job. You have someone watching your every move at a full-time job.
Now, once again, like I said, bro, a lot of the stuff that I play is either stuff that I found or sent by a subscriber. This particular clip was sent by a subscriber. The other clips were stuff that I kind of found myself that kind of, circle around the same subject. And I want to say, man, this guy made some very, very valid points that even myself didn't think of. Because think about this, guys. Women always say all the time that being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. Okay, but compare that to an actual full-time job that you have to go clock in at. Think about it. You have to commute. You know what I mean? You got to commute to the job, you got to clock in. You have to be on time all the time, otherwise you're going to get in trouble. Think about everything that's weighing against you when you actually go to a real full-time job versus being a full-time stay-at-home mom. Like he said, you can't take a nap. You can't take a nap break at a full-time job. You just can't sit and watch TV at a full-time job. And like he said, think about it, man. Once a kid gets to a certain age, they're going to be at school half of the day. So while your kids are at school, you pretty much that's like a break in itself. Like think about that. Like once your kids get old enough to go to preschool, which is what, 4 years old, kindergarten, 5 years old. From that point on all the way until they're grown, you're pretty much gonna have the house to yourself pretty much mostly all morning and half of the afternoon. And then once they get to that age, you really don't gotta watch them like that no more. Like he said, they, you know what I mean? Like at that point, all you really gotta do, all you really gotta do is make sure they fed and make sure they ain't doing nothing stupid. So that's actually a pretty valid point, man, when he really breaks it down like that. And I never really looked at it that way. Very, very valid points. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Finally monetize, you guys. Make sure y'all checking out that content. I'm currently in Thailand. I've been in the Philippines and Colombia this year, and in a week from now, I will be in Vietnam. And I also dropped my latest mixtape the other day. Make sure y'all check that out as well, all right? So until next video, y'all, deuces.